Okay, I'm back on again. This time I'm going to do it without the iPad and see if that makes a difference. I'm not going to use the iPad and the phone. I don't know if it's too much juice. And why does that keep happening on a Thursday night? It's the weirdest thing. Feels like the third time it's hitting on a Thursday. All right, so I'm going to turn this around, guys. I'm hoping it stays on. If it doesn't stay on, I'm done for tonight. And we'll see you Saturday at 4 o'clock in the Artsy Rose group. So I am mixing this white with a little bit of black. So I get thrown off. I don't know why. It doesn't, I got the best service they got, so it can't be that. Pay the same as everybody else, which is a lot. So does it need a filter back here? I don't know. Half the time it's fine. Just lately it seems easy. You can do it however you want to. So you got a nice little beard. I added black over the top of it. Just making some grays. See how it shows better now? It was just such a white like background. You can't really do a white beard. Well, it looks like I'm going to be on for a minute. There is some storms coming, but I don't think it's anything serious. I don't know, guys. I know there's satellite issues. I don't know. All right. Make a little fluffy like thing. And then let's do the nose, which is, I rinse this out, which is again pink and white. A touch of yellow if you want it more fluffy or skin toned more. Just do a touch of yellow. You get more of a skin tone. You can do the nose. There you go. Get yourself a little gnomey gnome. Little gnomey gnome. A triangle, a rectangle, another triangle, and then just make a beard just like a big nose. Now you could do the background a different color if you want to. I don't like this blue. Let me see what I got this teal. Let's do the teal background. Just it needs a little more color, you know. Let's just do a little blue in the background. I'm messing my owl a little bit. Show you what I did. Then I'll show you how we could use the Posca pens if we last that long. I don't know. Tonight it is buffering bad. I'm not doing my iPads. I think it's just too much juice. But I don't know. Oh, blue. So a lot of people are really good at this. I'm okay. You know, there's so many people that are so good at this. So there's a lot of great videos on this. The problem with videos is I go looking for stuff. It's like you go down the rabbit hole. You think you're going to be on there 10 minutes. Next thing it's 4 hours later and you're still watching videos and you're supposed to be making dinner, taking a shower, painting, whatever. So, yeah. So sometimes it's better to have like somebody like me or somebody that gives classes like this so you can just concentrate on one thing at a time. Yeah. Even for me, I'm learning the face painting. It took me half the morning. I finally ordered the kit. I found somebody that's teaching it. It'll help me. So actually it was an idea. I think in this economy, you got to have things that are low end and high end. Kind of like when I worked in the salon, I did some things that were really high end and other things not so much. But it all ended up at the end of the day making a little bit bigger paycheck. So that's all that matters, you know. And it made my people happy, and that's all that matters, right? Really. I'll take a little black and kind of, let's do a little definition here. A little definition here. You can play all you want. I can put a little white in there. A little white in the hat. Make a little fluffy hat. There you go. A little fluffy hat. Just pounce up and down. Pounce up and down. There you go. Maybe you could do a little flower on the hat. That'd be cool, right? Let's make a couple leaves. Let's make a little yellow flower. How about that? There you go. Make a little He's cute. Now, I did this last night. I'm just going to fix up some more of that pink. I made 2 big circles. Then I made the nose. Then I made a line this way, a line that way, and then a line for the belly. Then I colored it all in. I did this half black, a little bit of blue, and I lined it in white. Then I did eyelashes, and I made these little strokes for the hair up there. These little feathers. Now you don't have to put a heart in the middle, but I wanted a heart in the middle, so that's what I did. Yellow there. Let them dry a lot of times. Sometimes you have to do, especially I did a base coat on this. If you don't do a base coat, a lot of times you have to do a couple layers. I did an orange. I don't know where the orange is. We'll let that dry. All right, so now I got my Posca pens. I don't have an orange, do I? Oh, I got a yellow. And you can kind of come in here. Let me see if it's working. And you can adjust anything you want to adjust. As long as it's dry. Now, if you try doing this on the wet part, this will just stop working. You'll have to go and either dip it into water or get some alcohol or something. Or it'll stop working right away. I just want to kind of brighten this up. It's a little dull. Then I have blue, and I'm going to brighten these eyes up. You can adjust the lines too when you do this. And you kind of put some more colors in there. I have black too. I can adjust his eyeballs, his eyebrows. Eyelashes. I did like these little toes there. They're good though, but I might, is there any, I had a white one. I had a white one. That white one gets used a lot. Might be my small one. This one of them is like getting funny. I might have to get a couple more white ones. I use the white one and the black one the most, but mostly the white one. Like all paint, usually when you're painting, you know that you always go through a lot of white and a lot of black. See how the Posca pen kind of finishes them off pretty nice. It's easier to make the lines too with the Posca pen. Now there is other pens besides Posca. I get an off-brand that I got a deal on called Overseas. I don't know if they make it anymore. It just was a deal on Amazon. So there is other brands of these nail Poscas. See this one, I gotta get some paint on it. All right, there you go, isn't it cute? Let's see. On this one, we're gonna finish the hummingbird, I think. I'm not sure what else we're doing on that one. But this one, I'm gonna paint the back of this in dark blue. I'm going to make this into like a hobbit house. I got Stormy and I think there's Twilight too. Twilight would probably work better. No, Stormy. Where it's really a darkish blue. It's a nice blue. I'm going to paint the whole rock. This side's going to have a hobbit door, and I'm probably going to put some flowers around it. So I can get this open. Yeah, there you go. It's a really dark blue. Not dark, it's dark though. Put this back in the water. Get the big brush. Put these little ones back in the water. Get a big one. Dry it out. They're so cute. Now I might end up giving some of these out. They might end up in a basket or down my stairs, in my garden pots. It's usually where I put the hobbits. All right, so I'm just going to paint this whole thing in blue. It's over here. So you can dry this with a blow dryer too. Uh-oh. It's starting to break up. Hold on. Oh, I ain't got it plugged in. So worried about staying on here. There you go. So I'm back. Well, the other one will be on there, Joe, because I kept that one. The other was, I tried doing it on the iPad. Forget it. I can't, there's no way I can do the class from the iPad unless I put the whole iPad over, and that's kind of dumb. So, yeah, that was the whole point of getting the iPad. Can't do it on the laptop either. I'm going to go back and start doing some more on the YouTube here eventually. Well, mostly I've been like cleaning house, and besides putting some parties together, and gardening. Still a lot of work to be done in my yard. I got the awnings. I had to put the awnings into my shed because they won't. He's putting a fence. They got a farm. He's putting a fence up and stuff. So I'm waiting on them. In the meantime, I'm just going to do yard stuff that I needed to do. And it was unmercifully hot here the last couple of days. You really couldn't. I mean, it was like 86 overnight, and now it's like 50, and I'm frozen. So that's nice and blue. It'll look more blue once I put the stuff on it. Is this drying? I wonder if I can show you guys how to. Let me dry this. I'll show you how I put my stuff on my sealer, my Liquitex. We'll do these Saturday. Let's see what else I can come up with. So all kinds of, just go on Pinterest, there's all kinds of stuff out there. Like I said, if you got some small stencils, which I might even have a few floating around here, you could do stencils on these too. I do recommend that you do the whole background. It's a lot easier. I mean, that went on really easy. It wouldn't go on so easy if I didn't have the background. This I should have done a background on, but it came out good. I'm thinking I might do some polka dots on there too. Let me do that. I think I might do another owl. He came out kind of cute, huh? Now you can put the sealer on, if you don't use the spray, with a sponge. But I use this, my finger. It'll get all over you, but what the heck, I got paint all over me anyways. I had to change my clothes because I was going to paint. I had to go to that lady and give her stuff. Hit that with a cool shot. It's just dry. Now, Mark's is this little design on here. I could even do it on here. And I want to do a different color polka dot too. I do this green. Is this green one working? I use a lot of green too. I think these greens about had it. A little green. Make it a little green. We can do a little. Just doing some polka dots. And what else would look good with this? Blue looks good with yellow. Let's do some yellow. There was a design in the other ones like this, but they're so tiny. You could really get, if you want to use really small brushes, you could do a lot. I'm just not in the mood today. I got to do that. I want to do the, I love hummingbirds, so we're going to do that hummingbird. But that's going to take a lot of patience. Yes, it is. Let's do some dark blue, too. Just a little dark blue. There you go. You could even do a little white and do yourself a little French manicure up here if you want to. French manicures? Choo, choo, choo. Look at that. That's pretty cool. All right. So now let me try this real quick. We'll put a finish on this too. You can do the whole thing with pasta pens too. You gotta draw a shape in. If you got a stencil, there's small stencils out there. There's two stencils would work too. Rub-offs would work. You guys remember last year we did the underwear and the bras? Do you remember that? I still got them. I should bring a few out, show you guys. They're on my stairs. Those are fun. Those are easy to do too. Little underwears and bras are cute. I really like this. I think I'll do another flip flop. See how it just looks better with a little bit of this gel gloss medium. Let's see if we can dry this guy. He needs a little something in his background too, huh? Little flowers. How about a little vine or some leaves? Will they show up a little bit? I'll give them a highlight in a minute. Give them a highlight. Well, I guess not. It's okay. It's okay. It's just different. It's just different. What other color will show up? Something will show up on here. Probably a pink. I do have a pink. Make this a little pinker. Just nice. These Posca pens are so nice. You could just do some little pink dots. Same thing. So cute. I think this blue would show up better than the other blue for the leaves. There you go. A little highlight on his nose. There you go. Dotting on some of that fuzzy part. Right. Let me dry that and we'll shine on this too. Put a little shine on him. I think we're going to finish our Hobbit door and our hummingbird on Saturday, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this Hobbit door. Because, you know, a pencil is not going to show up real good on such a dark color. Isn't that pretty? Come out so good. I love those Posca pens on this. You literally could do a whole painting with them on here. A lot of people do. That's what they do. They do that dot painting. That's what they're using. Well, no, they got other stuff they're using, but a lot of them are using that now. All right, so what I'm going to do is, what's on here? Oops. Just you and me, Joe. Uh-oh. I think this is starting to come off the base here. Yeah. I don't know. One thing if I'm losing a signal, but if you're losing a signal, something else is going on. I'm gonna just put in my door. Now this is barely standing up, but when I go to put this in a pot, I'm gonna do it that way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw my door on now. Like that. There's gonna be a little step, a little stoop. There'll be a ring for the door. And then it'll have a little like window. And the rest of this will just be like flowers and stuff. And like wood. And I can paint right over these, so you get the idea, right? So now I'll let that dry. And tomorrow we'll come back and we'll do our Hobbit door, or Saturday. Tomorrow night I'm doing the other painting. And then we're going to do the hummingbird, and then I don't know, maybe another shoe or flip-flop shoe. So here's the flip-flop. Isn't it pretty with the shine on it? Little toe rings. Here is the owl. Isn't she cute? And then here is my gnome. It'll stay shiny like that. It'll dry shiny like that. It's nice stuff. Like I said, you can use the Mod Podge. I have used it, but you know I have COPD and the smell. I guess I got a low odor one now. That smell, oh. But the thing is that even like I would like to get into the resin, just because you can't smell it doesn't mean it's not getting in your lungs. That's like I go to, I use that oil painting that it's water-based. And even though I use the no odor, like on the Mona Lisa no odor turpentine, doesn't mean it's not in the air. It just means it has no odor. So I know my father-in-law used to work at Suburban Propane for 30 years delivering propane. You can't smell propane. So they started putting garlic in it. He says the only problem with that is when you're making sauce. You know, so because it had no odor. But it doesn't mean it's not in the air. So there's certain things they give you those. What are those things you have to get a detector for? Just because you can't smell it doesn't mean it's not in the air. So that's one of the reasons I won't use the Mod Podge. But I'm sure the paint, because you can smell paint in this room. Some days it smells like paint. So anyways, guys, that's it for tonight. I will see you Saturday at 4 o'clock. And I hope you learned some things today and had some fun. I'll post these so you can see them afterwards. And have a great night. And I hope inspiration finds you wherever you go. And make art, guys. Make lots and lots of art. I'll see you later. Bye.